you guys, I did a thing I've been wanting to do for a long time. You can tell this is not my regular bike. I bought a KTM RC390, and as is customary whenever I get a bike, you gotta shake it down. So, what I'm trying to do, this thing, I'm actually kind of surprised. It got up to 100 pretty easily. It definitely did not feel like I was going 100. This thing feels like a Grom. I'm kind of enamored with how lightweight this bike feels. I'm planning on getting into doing the ultra lightweight GP series in our local club racing association. And everybody was saying, get an R3, get an R3. I didn't want an R3. I bought this RC390 from a dude that had only had it for like 6 months. I've wanted one for, I don't know, a year. I've wanted one for a while. It's kind of weird because, you know, I've been riding street bikes for a few years now, you know, faster bikes. I've been doing track stuff for a few years, you know, so I've been on my fair share of fast bikes. But this thing's awesome. Anyways, I also don't know anything about the tires that are on it. I don't trust them. It's like a Dunlop GPR 300 on the rear and a Metzler, what, M5, M7, something like that on the front. So I don't know how this thing handles yet, but we're gonna find out. This is what this is all about. I want to find out what this thing is really like. Last night I picked it up. I kind of rode around this dude's neighborhood a little bit, just to make sure that, you know, the motor ran good and everything. It was very, very maneuverable, this little guy. Get out of the way. LG, largemouth. This dude's license plate is LGMTH. It's got a fish on the left side. This dude's license plate is largemouth. Oh my god. Anyways, back on topic. I adjusted the rear shock up to 5 clicks. It's definitely a whole lot more firm, so I'm thinking that going through some of these bumps up here is going to be brutal. But I'm hoping that's not the case. I'm hoping that it feels more planted than it did before. This thing's only 45 horsepower, but it feels, I mean, it feels like a mini bike, but it feels like a big bike. It's, you know, yes, it is in between, you know, obviously, duh, but it feels like so much more than that. Like, it's got mini bike, okay, let's say it's got mini bike handling, but bigger bike power. How about that? Oh, its brakes are so touchy. Oh, not too far. Put some premium in this shit. I'm actually not very sure whether this dude, oh dang it, whether this dude was putting regular or premium in it. So I'm hoping maybe I get a little bit of boost in power. Maybe a little tiny bit of a power boost. We are gonna find out. You know, everybody always wants to upgrade from the smaller bikes, or they want to start off on a 600 and all that shit. This thing right here, this thing is perfect. Now I would say for for everybody looking to have one of these as their first bike or only bike. I know that there's probably going to be, if I was made to ride this thing every day like I do my Ducati, I would probably eventually go crazy, want to go, you know, over 100 miles per hour. But as it sits, you know, not having a shit ton of power on tap kind of makes you feel a little bit more reasonable, you know, because whenever you have all that power, it makes you feel like, oh, I want to go, you know, I want to freaking go fast right through here. I want to do all this, that. I want to go, you know, 150 on the highway all the time. But whenever you have a smaller amount of power, you kind of feel more okay about going slow because you feel comfortable. I mean, I know that I feel comfortable in the bike's rev range, you know. That's how I feel about it. But whenever you have, you know, this much power, I would get a massive craving to go fast. I would get a big ass craving. All in all, I really have enjoyed this thing. Probably only put about 30 miles on it. It's gonna primarily be a track bike, and my wife is gonna ride it once she's ready to move up from the CRF 150 RB. She's gonna ride this thing. She likes it, she digs it, so that's cool. Chick friendly, whatever. I like it. It's gonna be very easy to go back and forth in between track and street because of the way that KTM has built this bike. I've wanted one of these for months and months and months, and I finally have it. And you know, the first time I rode it, I was very underwhelmed by how much performance it offered, and you know, just the 45 horsepower didn't feel that fantastic. But let me tell you, this thing is amazing. I can't even understand how this thing gives you so much confidence. I mean, I've already taken like 16 pounds of weight off of it. I haven't even gotten into the major stuff. It's 100% stock. No exhaust, no air filter, no tuning, nothing. 100% stock. It is awesome. It is awesome.